and welcome to the Comicspiracy episode 641 for the week of Monday, August 11th, 2025. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who's here this week?
Brock Sager.
Lane.
And that's it. Hello, Brock and Lane.
Hello.
Well, three-man pod.
Pause.
Where the hell is Toby? Like Montana?
Toby's-
Where is he? Montana?
Yep.
Is that a state? Montana.
Yes,
I've
it
heard
is
of
a state.
Nice. What the hell's he doing in Montana?
I don't know.
I don't know where Kevin is. He has a message.
Well, I
It's
guess
fine.
he's
if he
close.
rolls
He
in,
should
we'll have it.
drop by our listener. Listen,
It's like
Right.
9 o'clock out there, right? It's like 9 or 10. He's plenty of time. He's up. He should be on this podcast. The hell's he doing? Just call in. Call in from Montana, Toby. Where are you? Put you on. Hey, we've got some stuff to talk about here. No movies or shows. We have stuff to talk about, movies and shows and comics. But yeah.
Well, a few things on TV. Oh, I wasn't sure.
What's
I don't know what your list was, but
Sandman season 2?
yeah, Sandman season 2. It's over now.
Yeah. I was going to see if Kevin was on here, but Bark, you haven't watched it, right?
I have not started it yet.
You didn't watch it, yeah. Did you watch it, Lane?
Yeah, and then the death episode was released already.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was waiting for. I was expecting Kevin to be on here, so I was going to talk about what I watched of it so far. But we can talk about that a little bit maybe at the end of the podcast. I have a couple episodes we still haven't seen yet. We're almost done, but yeah, Peacemaker starts soon, and there's the Eyes of Wakanda show that came out. I mean, I guess I said there's nothing, but there's been like 3 comic shows, but it's like.
And your favorite, Wednesday's back.
Yeah, Wednesday's back.
Refuse to acknowledge that existing.
I have to.
Tim Burton's directing.
Huh?
Tim Burton's directing.
Please listen to multiple episodes of the Geek Book Podcast where I go on constantly about how Tim Burton is my favorite director of all time, and I will never watch another thing he ever does again because he's terrible, and he's one of my least favorite directors of all time. So,
But Ed Wood is probably the best movie of all time.
yeah, he had like fucking 10 bangers in a row, and everything else has been shit. So yeah, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell's up with that dude. Wednesday is. If Wednesday wasn't the appropriately final nail in the coffin, it was Beetlejuice. That was a fucking abomination.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's horrendous. Wednesday was awful, but like awful. But
So you're saying you could watch Wednesday again if it was Wednesday versus Beetlejuice?
No. I have drawn the line in the sand. I will never watch anything Tim Burton does again. I just can't. It is agony every time I try to watch anything he does now. It is just awful.
What if he did a Mars Attacks too?
No, I wouldn't watch him. I am done. I'm just transitioning into old stuff only. I just can't watch anything new. It's all terrible. I just can't do it.
Ryan, the old man Higgins.
Oh, of course. I'm oldest. I'm the worst. It's incredible.
At least he didn't. He's not writing Wednesday. He's only just directing.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying that. I understand because he's just the director, and the writing hasn't changed. It's still Goff and Miller. So
it's so bad.
I mean, are we still going to rock out to Tron Ares because it's 9 Inch Nails?
No. The second Tron movie sucked too. The first Tron's great. Tron. I mean, what's that called?
Legacy, wasn't it?
Well, which one are you talking about? The new reboots or the originals?
No, I mean, there's only the one original movie.
Yeah.
What was that second movie called? I don't remember. It was awful.
One. I know one was saying, I think, Tron Legacy, and then now they're coming out with like Tron Ares.
Yeah. I'll listen to the soundtrack. Yeah,
another one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I'll never. No. Tron. The last Tron movie was terrible. Anyway, hey, what's going on? This isn't a Tron podcast. This is a comic book podcast. We're going to talk about comic book movies and TV shows. We'll talk about Sandman at the end, Lane, if you want. But I do have some movie and TV stuff from the last few weeks we can get to cover, and some comic news. I'll get to that. Could be fad. Superman is I believe just passed a little while ago past BVS to become the highest grossing Superman movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's closing in the US. So that's good. And there was a lot of like, oh, well, it's not making $1 billion. It's a failure. It's like, no, guys, we are over that. James Gunn was talking about how, it's not a flop if it doesn't make 700 million, after everything's said and done.
Domestic, right?
Well, no, like worldwide.
Okay.
It had kind of a not great international numbers. Mm-hmm. I think, definitely some anti-American sentiments there, probably. And Superman's not been as popular in, the last 20, 30 years as characters like Batman or Spider-Man. So I'm sure that has a little bit to do with it. But I think they're probably, it's been very popular in America. It beat out Jurassic World, so it's the highest grossing comic movie of the year. And Fantastic Four is, we'll talk about that in a second, but Fantastic Four is sputtered out completely, which is troubling for the Marvel Universe. But so for everyone that's kind of freaking out, it's like, oh, Superman's not going to make a $1.8 billion. It's like, no, guys, no, this doesn't happen anymore. So, this is some quotes from James Gunn on GQ magazine. He says, is there something riding on it? Yeah, but it's not as big as people make it out to be. They hear these numbers. The movie's only going to be successful if it makes 700 million. And it's just complete and utter nonsense. It doesn't need to be as big of a situation as people are saying. So, it is fun to kind of, watch the box office. And I know people can, they like seeing the numbers go up. So I get it. But like, I think box office numbers don't always show the real full picture. And, we've had, for how many years now have we heard how many ways they manipulate the numbers to be, it made 1.2 billion, but it's actually a failure, right? Like, yeah. So let's I don't think Marvel and DC are going to be looking at $1 billion being the target goal.
Well, at least it's the marketing budget. I mean, it was really, really big for this, so they got to make up a lot of money.
But they had a lot of cross promotion, right? And that stuff is paid. Those like paid advertisements, right? So that does bring that cost way down. So, I think you're going to see that more in movies, and it was marketed, it was advertised. That is just not how many of these comic movies have worked in recent years. So, good reviews help. They obviously can push you over the top, but I think, you need to let the average person know that this movie even exists. So that's pretty good. We'll get total numbers in the next couple of weeks once its run is completely done. I think it comes out digitally soon, next week.
I had it on my Amazon.
I think it was supposed to be last week, but I think it's been moved. It is out digitally Tuesday, October 26th. Mm-hmm. So pretty soon, a couple of weeks. Which is 2 months. That seems short, but that's unfortunately just the way 2.5 months. That's the window now. So it'll slowly start filtering out of the theater in the next couple of weeks.
Well, that's just the beginning of the paid version, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count that really until it starts hitting free streaming. Then that's different.
Oh, sure. I mean, it'll be a big deal once it hits HBO Max. Yeah. But for now they're going to once it hits paid digital, I think you see that box office start to really drop off. So,
yeah. Well, it also pops up because of reviewers will finally get it.
Yeah. Once it hits digital, it's pirated everywhere. So, then that can sometimes lead people want to go see the movie in the big theater. So, in the big screen. So, it's possible maybe they put it back out at Christmas with bonus scenes or something like that on IMAX for a weekend or something. So you never know. I mean, they're obviously pushing Superman. It's a big temple with Peacemaker coming out. James Gunn officially announced that he will be writing and directing the next movie in the Super family at DC Studios after the success of Superman. So he is already in works on whatever the follow-up will be. Does not say Superman specifically, but the direct phrase from David Zaslav was the next installment in the Super family. So don't know what that means. I assume a Superman sequel of some form, but Supergirl's not by him. But yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, and it's good to see them. Hopefully the turnaround for some of these comic movies has been ridiculous, right? Where it's like you got to strike while the iron's hot. You got to do this if you're going to do a couple movies in a row. You got to do them quick, right? You can't like, oh, okay, we're going to wait like 8 more years before the sequel comes out. Like the Batman is quite a bit away still. It's like 2027. Like that's 5 years in between. Quite a long time. You don't want that. That's a little bit longer than you'd probably want for a sequel. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Yes, I know. The people exist. It's okay. She just wants to see the Crypto movie. So.
Yeah, we all do.
No, that I'd watch. That hell yeah. No, we all do. Just turn that AC back on. Yeah, just close that. Oh, I'm sweating to death. I'm dying in here. Yeah, just turn the AC back on. It's fine. We're in that annoying part of the day where it's like just too hot in the house and just too dogs barking too loud. Yeah. Now she's just sitting there being all sad. Sorry.
Well, I will say, at least for Batman, the one thing Batman has for it is that it's not necessarily a continuing story. Like it could be something else. Like it's not like Marvel Universe where it's like you had to see them in order right in a row. So the delay really hurts that. But at least this is kind of just we're just doing another one.
Well, right. With this sort of in more of a continuity with the other movies, I think it makes sense to have them just hit a little quicker. So, I would think. Plus, actors age. You don't want them to turn around and suddenly your Superman's in his mid-50s. It's. I mean, not that you can't be, but it's. They clearly get these guys when they're a little bit younger, and there's sort of a ticking clock. They got about a decade. There are certain characters, obviously, you don't have to worry about, but Superman, specifically Wonder Woman, those characters don't age naturally. So not that they can't in the movies, but you think you'd want them to be on the younger side. So, well, do James Gunn movie. Hopefully it's good. It's going to take them a while to get to it. A couple years, I'm assuming, but I think they'll get to it sooner than later. Supergirl will be the big test, right? If Supergirl does just kind of mediocre or kind of flops, or it's kind of not well received, every movie is going to be just under so much scrutiny.
I mean, more people have come in to buy Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. There's a huge kind of like
we've sold through that on levels that I really haven't seen a comic sell prior to a movie release in quite some time. And I think it's because it's like so directly based on it, and they're not afraid to say like, this is what it's based on, right? Yep. So, it's going to have a different name, but it should be. I think with Superman, right? It was inspired by a bunch of stuff, but it wasn't really based on anything specifically. They used All-Star and For All Seasons and a bunch of stuff as kind of influence, but it's not really based on any of those. Woman of Tomorrow, Supergirl looks like it is very heavily based on Woman of Tomorrow. So that's an easier sell for that graphic novel. And it's also just one book. It's not like you have 10 Supergirl books to buy or something.
Yeah, we sold.
I'm excited.
I sold Sunday. I sold our deluxe hardcover.
Yeah, I mean, we're out of the soft. I've got a big restock coming. Again, I'm, usually when we order, restock books, I got one here, two there, blah, blah, blah. I'm ordering those by the half case.
The half case, yeah.
selling out over the course of a couple days or a week or something. So it's crazy.
But it's also in print. Woohoo!
It is, yeah. I found out. I never heard back. I'll have to check back in with Marvel. But Daredevil: Born Again, the standard graphic novel, out of print as of a couple weeks ago. Gone. Not saying they're not going to have it back in at some point, but it's like, guys, Jesus Christ, how are you doing this again? How are we going through this again? You've had this. This is,
like comic shops have been telling you since Guardians of the Galaxy, have this shit in print. For Iron Man, we couldn't really, there wasn't really anything definitive. For Thor, there wasn't really anything definitive. Captain America, there wasn't that kind of, there was some stuff, but it was nothing really. This is what you need to read. Guardians was that first real like, oh, you like the Guardians movie, or you want to learn about it? This is the one to read. But they never had it.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they've been better, but still not perfect. So, well, of course, we didn't talk about this, so I don't think we talked about it in our last podcast. It did happen a few weeks ago, but it is worth bringing up here based on what the future of DC films and DC Studios and all that stuff is going to be, because officially, Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company of DC Comics and DC Films, is renaming. It is unmerging with Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery is being changed into two companies, Warner Brothers and Discovery. Just like it all started. You can't make this up.
So we're going to get that Batgirl movie?
Warner Brothers will be keeping Warner Brothers television and movies, yep. DC Studios, HBO Max, and Warner Brother Games.
Isn't HBO Max going away, though?
No, HBO Max is HBO Max again.
Oh,
that already happened, right? Right. So Max became HBO Max again. So Warner Brothers will have Warner Brothers Television, Warner Brothers Movies, DC Studios, HBO Max, Warner Brothers Gaming, and the Warner Brother Library. So old material. Discovery is all the garbage. So all the random crap is getting thrown over to Discovery, including all the Discovery stuff, CNN, which I'm sure is trying to get rid of, and then all the television, all like the over-the-air television channels. So I don't know what in the fuck any of these people are doing, but DC Comics specifically, DC Studios specifically named as one of, if not the most important parts of Warner Brothers' ongoing future here with movie franchises for the next decade. So at least this like fear of they're going to sell off everything, they're going to cut the company. They did cut the company in half, and they are selling off a bunch of it, but it's all the garbage and it's all going back to Discovery. And the big franchises, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, DC, all the HBO stuff, all the gaming stuff, all the stuff you would want Warner Brothers to keep, they're keeping. So thank God. It's just so silly. It's just so silly. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess you merge the companies, you saddle one company with all the garbage, and you cut it loose and hope the rest of it does really well and you look great. I mean, that's got to be the move, right? It just takes a couple of years and split it back apart. So it's very
Paramount
funny.
and Skydance are going to separate in a few years?
I find it very funny. Probably. Yeah. But moving to the other side, I did mention earlier, Fantastic Four first steps. These are numbers from a couple days ago, heading into the weekend. A pretty substantial drop going into second week of Fantastic Four. A little under 70%. Let me see. Is there
66% was what was.
Yeah.
quoted.
Is there?
It did
I
well.
didn't update this today. Do we have a Monday actual numbers here? Let's see. I'm seeing the same 66% here. So yeah, which is definitely on the very, very high side. We have seen movies with 70% drops week 2 for comic movies, and those are considered abysmal failures, right? 60% is tough. Superman dropped 53 in second week. Fantastic Four will I don't believe clear 500 million. It's going to beat out Thunderbolts.
And
but
Brave
yeah,
New
the
World.
projections are. What's that?
And Brave New World.
Yeah. I don't even know what that capped out at. So FF said 435 right now. Yeah, I mean it could squeak past 500 million, but probably not.
Oh, its second week, it was up against. What was it up against? It was up against Weapons.
Yeah,
And
Naked Gun came out.
Naked Gun came out.
Yeah, I mean Superman's still doing well. Jurassic
Yeah.
World's still doing well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of competition, but not like anything crazy, like directly up against it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brave New World, worldwide, domestic, it just crossed 200 million. Worldwide, 415.
Oof.
Thunderbolts at less than that. Thunderbolts, 190 domestic, 380 worldwide. So yeah, Superman sorry, Fantastic Four is clearly better, but we are 500 million was the was the failure of the third tier Marvel MCU movies that they kind of had to wave and say like, well, it's actually okay, But yeah, they.
Well, it's also coming out at a time when people are going on their last vacations. They might not be home. Like you could see it surge a little bit or not drop off as much. So it could have some legs for a little while, but
yeah, I think those numbers are once they start to go down, it's it's going to be pretty dramatic. So yeah, it could clear 500, but for. Probably they were expecting more. They're probably looking for more, right? I don't, with Superman, right? They have they're fighting not only 4 or 5 failures in a row, but also a significant amount of negative press about DC in general. With Marvel, they've had obviously some failures recently, but there's still so much goodwill, I think, with Marvel that these numbers this year, the fact that they haven't bounced back really at all should be pretty concerning.
Well, I mean, it's just showing where,
that's a big cast for those Avengers movies with a lot of marquee names.
Yeah.
They're gonna, I don't know, that's a big box. They need a big box office.
That's Doomsday, right?
We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, between Doomsday and Secret Wars. I'm hopeful. But
we're all hopeful.
Well, it's they obviously they're trying to pivot, and just it's gonna be yeah. Well, we know what the pivot is, right? Let's actually move on to
pivot
story here. This is something we have already kind of covered. We have already kind of covered here, but yeah, this is the X-Men direct will follow up from the events of Avengers Secret Wars, and we're moving into the reboot phase for Marvel, right? So that's they're going to start with X-Men, but I think you're pretty quickly going to get the big I can't imagine they're going to leave Avengers and Cap and Iron Man and some of these other characters alone for too long. So officially recasting pretty much everyone post Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I mean, I just don't I don't know. Redoing Fantastic Four so early would be kind of.
I don't think they're getting recast.
Because I think people still want more. I think, I mean, I would like more. We talked about it on a review where this felt more like the second Fantastic Four movie. That's more what it should have been.
Yeah, because we were talking about the reboot stuff a little bit while we were talking Fantastic Four last podcast. But this is kind of like official statement here that the reboot is happening and new actors are coming in and there will be a new world. And if you're a comic fan, you already know all this stuff. You already know how it works with Franklin and Counter Earth and all the Heroes Reborn stuff and Battle World,
Age of Apocalypse 4 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually get that one-handed Wolverine back from Deadpool.
Well, Age of Apocalypse is something else. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect Onslaught's going to show up. So, but I guess you never know.
You never know. It could be someone else.
Yeah.
You get your white event.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Well, with
Gold Balls
and
comes
kind of,
into it.
So all these stories kind of blend together into kind of painting the picture of what's going on in the future. The final Spider-Verse movie comes out in 2027 after a fucking like 3-year delay. But I expect, a part of the rebooted universe will be ending the Spider-Man series, because 4 movies is probably pretty good for the current line. I don't expect we're going to get a 5th with Tom Holland. Yeah, with Tom Holland. I don't expect we're going to get a 5th. But
well, I mean, you kind of got a 5th with Civil War and Infinity.
Sure.
Right.
But with Spider-Verse, with the last Spider-Verse movie coming out in 2027, at least for the time being, it would seem very likely that Miles will, as part of this world merger stuff, will get put into the mainline Marvel universe as well. So it would not be surprising if did Spider-Verse 3 get a date? It's going to be. It got moved to 2027. Yeah, Spider-Verse is June 2027, and Avengers, Secret Wars, I think is just still 2027. I don't think there's an official. Did that get officially moved to December? Maybe it did get officially moved to December because Endgame around fucking Doomsday got moved. So, yeah. So Secret Wars did officially get moved to December 17th. So. I would think there's a very good chance post-credit scene in that or part of the new revival universe is Miles popping up in that. So I think you're going to see, Spider-Man, last Spider-Man, standard Peter Parker movie next year. He'll be in both Avengers movies. Then Spider-Verse ends up. And then after that, yeah, I think it's going to be X-Men, Spider-Man, and maybe some kind of Marvel Universe movies. I don't think we're going to get, Ant-Man or Doctor Strange or Shang-Chi or She-Hulk or Moon Knight or any of these, mid-tier, smaller tier characters. I just think they're not going to take the risk on that stuff. So getting
You're telling me
Spider-Man
is dead.
Oh
No,
yeah, stuff like Ironheart and Wonder Man and Echo. I mean, they just put that stuff out to die. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the numbers on those.
Yeah, I would just say put it to the streaming service, the Disney Plus.
Well, but those aren't making any money either, and they're filmed like a movie, so they cost just as much.
Well, that's the thing. So, shorten the budget, make it more efficient, and then it'll be worth it.
How many years have I been saying I don't want an X-Men movie every couple of years? I want like 2 X-Men TV shows, 22 episodes a year. Give me that CW drama. Maybe not the budget, but I'll take the drama of a couple ongoing X-Men TV shows. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it right there.
I can go shorter, but whatever. Yeah. I could see that, though. I definitely would rather have it in a smaller clump, more story character focused, and doesn't need to be a movie for sure.
I mean, if they did something like The Stand or a miniseries or a maxi series, like limited, like.
Well, that's what the Disney Plus shows are, right? They are all
that's
miniseries.
What they are.
None of them are.
If you follow that, that's fine for like those lower tier ones, more. Give us the longer running show for those ones.
I mean, there's got to be right. It's not impossible. TV shows have been made like before Disney Plus existed. I think other TV companies made shows on television successfully. Like Disney's not. They got to just figure this out. Be like, how can we make these shows and make them normal? We got 10 seasons of Smallville. We got 400 seasons of the CW
universe,
CW Arrowverse stuff. Yeah. Clearly this works. Clearly this is something other people have been able to get to do. Hell, fucking we got 2 seasons of Gifted. The X-Men, that Gifted is not awful.
No.
It was. Imagine Gifted, but they were actually able to use any of the real characters anyone cares about. It probably would have been halfway decent. It's just they did the best they could with the characters they had, and being a network show, that's probably some weird stuff that they had to deal with. But like yeah, gifted with twice its budget would. And the mainline X-Men characters would be probably very successful.
Mm-hmm.
And not at the cost of a movie. And you get 20 episodes of ad budget and, a significant amount of rewatchability. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me. Yeah. It's just so bizarre to me that the X-Men are going to just be just a movie every couple of years. I just think it's so wrong for the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Titans too, right? The Titan show is not great as it was. I think it kind of falls into that same gap of things where I think the human drama elements is maybe the most important part of those franchises.
Well,
the Teen Titans movie could be great, but an X-Men movie can be great. We've had a bunch of them, but I think they should. I think they'd be better off served on TV.
But I don't think the Titans budget was near like the Marvel movies, and that's the thing. It's like it's still great for a lower budget.
Yeah,
like Titans was rough. There's good parts, but it got pretty rough. They definitely made some choices that I didn't agree with. But shows it can be done.
Doom Patrol was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but then it still had that it fell off. The same thing with Titans; it kind of fell off, like something like just dropped, and then Swamp Thing was completely left. And Swamp Thing was great.
That was killed before they aired one episode.
I know, but the sad part is that was probably besides maybe the first season or two of Doom Patrol, the best thing that was coming out.
Yeah.
Silly Warner Brothers. Well, at least you're only Warner Brothers now.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate the Fantastic Four isn't doing better. Again, I think it was a good movie.
Well, I think it's the reviews, right? Like, we enjoyed it.
They were good.
Like, we enjoyed it. Like, we said, yeah, it was a good movie, but I don't think it was like. There's a difference between going to the movie theaters and seeing something you're like, wow. For just going to the movie theaters and just seeing something that's like, it was good, right? Like, it was a solid movie. Like, it was entertaining. Like, I think people are very particular about how they're going to watch something in the theater. And with the younger people coming up, they just watch it wherever they can and on whatever size screen they can. Like, they don't necessarily care for the movie experience.
I don't think it has to do with that. I think it's just the idea of being like accessible. Like Fantastic Four, sure, it's a jumping on point, but it's a group of people, like 4 of them.
Mm.
So it's just like, okay, it's not much different from watching Thunderbolts, where it's like 4 Thunderbolts just with superpowers, and it's just it's a team thing, and they're just going to run around and you show off their powers. Whereas like Superman's more about story and about the character, and I think. Right now, I think it's just the discerning audience is kind of like, well, okay, I don't want to watch the same thing that I've already seen for the last 10 years.
Hmm.
So I think people were hesitant going into it, except for, the diehard fans already. They started it, and then I don't know that it got enough word of mouth or enough good press or whatever to really draw in more people than the normal crowd.
Reviews were good, but
but it's still, it has to get over the stigma of being a superhero thing, right?
Right.
It's a family movie.
Yeah, like I think that's the one thing I think Superman did well is that it actually kind of got a little bit above that, where it's not just about Superman; it's about what he stands for and stuff, and that actually came out in many of the reviews.
Well, I think the general the Rotten Tomato numbers for something like Superman, it was a little bit lower than Fantastic Four, but the word of mouth is what took it over the top, and that's that's something that like Thunderbolts and Captain America didn't have. Fantastic Four had a little bit of it that obviously added to it, but Superman had a lot of it. And everyone that I talked to at the shop was like, oh yeah, I didn't like any of the the other movies, the other DC movies, but this one really, this one worked for me. So well, I'm very curious how Supergirl. Superman you expect to do okay. It's just can it make that leap over? No pun intended. Can it make that leap over? Kind of what's come before? It did. Supergirl's the test. Supergirl's the real test. Will people take this and stick with it?
Well, and it's also one of those things where will this work, right? Because we got just a small little scene with her in context of the actual movie and what's going on in the movie. It wasn't anything like an end credit scene or any of that stuff. It was part of the actual movie, you know. But a lot of people are excited for it. So it's like, you know, will that, you know, bear fruit? I mean, it's bearing fruit in at least comic stores because people want the material. They want to know the story. So
it's a lot different if it actually works in you know, in the film. So I'll find out.
Yeah,
I think it should do okay.
I think the other big test would be the budget to see, like, you know, how much are they going to invest in special effects, because you don't really want to see another, you know, special effects extravaganza thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Superman's kind of proven that, right? It's more about the characters and the story.
Yeah.
So as long as it focuses on it, I think it's going to be great. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people hear about it.
Yeah.
Are we done with movies?
Well, we got some comic.
No, we're comic.
We got some comic news here. Not a lot. I'll talk about a few things. Bleeding Cool posted about this, and I thought it was just an interesting kind of timeline here. This was a couple weeks ago, but I do want to bring it up because I'm gonna hammer this point home over and over and over again. Out of nowhere, Aquaman started getting recap pages at the beginning of its comics during Aquaman #7. There have been a couple comics through the years that, you know, Marvel has recap pages in most of their books at this point, but and a lot of the independents do too now. I know all the Ghost Machine stuff, they have recap pages kind of in the inside front cover where the credits are. So a few of recap pages taken out for basically since Dan Didier's entire tenure at DC. They had kind of an interesting little line about Coffin Hill. One of the Vertigo books had a recap page for one issue, and then immediately was killed after that. And it was and the editor was told to never have those again. Bendis got away with doing a couple of them, but they were mostly like kind of worked in as panels.
Yeah, he would do them as Clark's computer screen when he was reporting, and it would be like sometimes it would be like a social media looking feed,
right.
or it would be like notes or an article.
Yeah. But then, you know, he had a kind of real recap pages for a little while in his books, but they obviously, you know, that he was kind of the only one, and that went away once Bendis left. So the recap pages, for the love of God, everyone, if you're listening, please recap pages. It is so helpful and so important. Comics are not written the way they used to be. Every issue isn't a done in one. Every issue isn't, you know, a complete story, even if it's part of a larger arc where you kind of have the beginning, middle, and end. You know, the writers don't write dialogue to recap. You know, you get some books in the 80s where like they have 3 pages of characters recapping previous issues.
Yeah, the X-Men would be walking down the street and like talking about
dialogue,
their adventures and stuff as they're shopping for clothes or some bullshit.
Right. So just we have moved beyond the need for this. I love it if you want to do it, go for it. But recap pages, DC Comics, please. You do so much right. This is one of the things that Marvel does so much better than you. Just recap pages with the character bios, with the character names, because nobody names their characters in comics anymore. Nobody ever says their superhero name or their character name when 2 characters are discussing or talking to each other. Characters just aren't named in books for the first time because everything's, you know, it's kind of written for the trades, or just there's an assumption people know who these characters are. Recap pages, please. I'm going to keep an eye on this going forward because I want to see. I want to see what they got going past this.
Do you think we'll get letter pages back?
Keeps coming. No, letter pages are dead forever.
Not in Saga and a few independent titles.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because yeah, sure, if they want to, but I that is something where the comics had letter pages and didn't have recap pages. I think both of those are remnants of their time, where comics are written now needing recap pages, and social media and the internet has taken away the need for letter pages. So again, you want to have letter pages in your comic, that's awesome, go for it. I just don't think Marvel and it is a lot of work, and I don't think Marvel and DC will ever do it again. Recap pages is easy. You can put the creative team on there. You can put the all the little, the fine print stuff in there. There's so many things you could do with the recap pages. Just please, for the love of God, DC and independent companies, please.
Well, and the thing is recap pages are nice because it's something for the individual comic. You don't need the recap pages for the graphic novel. So the people that are just reading the graphic novel format, they don't get that recap experience. So because they got it in, they're reading it as a whole instead of in parts. And the thing is like, it's just like the recaps for TV shows. They still do recaps on TV shows.
See, so this is the funny thing. I watched the opening credits and I watched the recaps. Leanne skips them.
Yeah.
So there are people that will skip them. That's fine.
Yeah.
But make them available for people that want to watch them. Because I don't remember shit.
Yeah. No.
I have to watch recaps for TV shows. I don't remember anything.
If I'm binging a show, I will not watch recaps. But if it's like I watched a show and then I paused for a little bit and I'm coming back to it, I will watch the recap page or the recap for the episode that I left off on. Or if it was the season, I get that season recap watch.
Well, yeah, because there's so, even in a show where it's not like it's just the last episode, it could be something from 2 seasons ago they're going to kind of remind you about. So I think it is so helpful these days, and
it's one of those things that
kills me that DC doesn't do it more.
It's not something. It's something that you should give because not necessarily everyone needs it or wants it. You just give it so that it's there, right? If people need it or if people want it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And like you said, it doesn't need to be anything grandiose. It just, you could literally be like, yeah, they were fighting and it's still continuing, baby. Let's do this. And that's a recap page because you're doing a fight over 2 pages or 2 issues, right? That's fine. You don't need to give every single detail.
Yeah.
I will, until the day I die, be like, no, I do not want summary pages like Hickman did. Oh God, that stuff was. I'm literally reading this comic, going, "Oh, I'm engaged. I like this." And then you give me
that is a change in format, and that I don't like.
It's like, but all the stuff that they're talking about in that last page, I'm like, I want to see this. Mm-hmm. Why are you not showing me this?
No,
because he doesn't want to waste pages on it.
I don't know, man.
A bit of that.
I know. That's why it's like I can't. That's part of Hickman. I'm like, I liked some of his stuff, but if you're not going to give me the whole thing, I'm not gonna. I'm like, eh.
Although I will say that sometimes the recap thing is a little annoying when they spoil stuff. That's the only time I don't like it. Where they'll be like, "Oh, hey, you remember this character in episode 3?" And you're like, "Yeah, why is he important?" And then it's like, "Oh, he's back," and you're like, "Okay, well now you just spoiled half the new episode."
There's ways to do that where it doesn't spoil.
But I do find that they can tend to do that a lot.
No, if it's like a major character returning that you don't expect, I wouldn't want him in something like that. But if the next episode you then recap the previous stuff and that the fact that he came back in this episode, I think there's ways to do that.
Yeah, that way would be okay. But the other way I still see on shows and stuff, and that's the one that does annoy me.
No, I understand. Well, we're speaking of Marvel. I got some more Marvel stuff here. I mean, again, not news today. Obviously, this has been announced for a while, but I got my list together for the shop, so I figured, and it was still on my list of things to talk about here because we didn't really spend any time on it. So, it is worth mentioning for people, for Bryce. I mean, obviously he's listening, but for first timers, for new customers, for new listeners, in case they don't listen to this podcast regularly. I wonder what Bryce is going to think when I email him all this stuff, because I guarantee you he has no idea this is happening. The X-Men line, having just relaunched a year ago, is relaunching again as Age of Revelations, the 30th anniversary tribute-ish to Age of Apocalypse. That came out in 1995, so we are 30 years removed from that event, in which the entire X-Men universe was kind of rebooted into their Age of Apocalypse future, alternate reality.
So they're going to do that again?
They ran for a few months. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this, and obviously this was talked at Comic-Con and everything. But I have the full list of titles here from the first official month of solicitations, and I had to go through and do my work of linking series up together. So for anyone out there that wants a little cheat sheet, I'll tell you the titles. And so also, by the way, too, like, this is not like a 3-month thing. This is apparently for the foreseeable future.
Oh, it is?
So
at least 6 months.
That's what they said. And of course, these books won't go back to being, the next, issue number 19 when they come back or whatever. There'll be all new X-Men books and all new number ones. So based on creative teams,
different again.
Yeah. Okay. Based on creative teams, if you want to follow your favorite X title from the last year, here's where you want to go. X-Men Age of Revelations Overture. That's kind of like although there was the one shot, there was the 0 issue that, like, the stealth launched 0 issue that came out already. But this is sort of the one shot that starts the whole thing. And Jed McKay is doing it all. So I'm expecting it's going to be okay. But X-Men and Uncanny X-Men both kind of feel like they feed into that main title. But more directly, Amazing X-Men and X-Men Book of Revelations, the main series. Both of those are by Jed McKay, although if you're reading the standard X-Men title, you want to go over there and follow that. For Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men, that is Unbreakable X-Men. So you want to make sure you move to that. If you're reading Exceptional X-Men,
people are reading that?
That becomes Expatriate X-Men. Storm.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Storm becomes Rogue Storm. And there was that Rogue miniseries. So I guess if you're a Tim Seeley fan and you were reading that Rogue Savage Land one, maybe you can read Rogue Storm because it's Rogue and Storm. Well, Jean Grey is not Phoenix. The Phoenix book is becoming Binary because Binary's Phoenix now. Spoiler alert.
Oh, Jesus.
Wolverine becomes The Last Wolverine, and Laura Kinney Wolverine, also known as X-23, becomes Laura Kinney Sabretooth. So, in this Age of Revelation alternate universe, she is Sabretooth. And other books unrelated to current ongoing series that are in this first wave of Age of Revelation launches would be Long Shots, Radioactive Spider-Man, Cloak or Dagger, Undead Pools. Well, obviously, if you're in Deadpool, you should go over to that. Omega Kids, the X-Vengers. What was the stupid name that Stupid Face had at the end of Thunderbolts? What they call them?
Laserface? Taserface?
No,
the new Avengers.
Thunderbolts, yeah, no, but didn't he have some, like, didn't he call them? Didn't he, like, you want to call them something different?
Oh,
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Sinister's 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Not related to the Sinister 6. Iron and Frost. I'll let you guess who's in there. And a more general MCU title called World of Revelation. So
wait, this is just the X universe, but they're going to have books that are across the Marvel universe.
Yep. So show how other Marvel characters are.
So we're going to have,
and they kind of touched on that.
So essentially, there's going to be like 2 Iron Man books every month, like an Iron Man in the regular Marvel universe and an Iron Man in this X-Men universe kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
it'll be the Iron Man where he's not married to Emma Frost, and then the Iron Man to where he is married to Emma Frost.
Is that still a thing to get over that yet?
I don't know. I just
don't follow. I can't even pretend to keep up anymore. It's so bad. I'm so lost.
Is there a Sugar Man book?
Yeah, no Sugar Man book, unfortunately. Yeah, no Sugar Man book this time. But yes, there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18 X-Men titles for you to read for the Age of Revelations.
Christ.
And they're all
30th anniversary event. Well, they're all whatever. I mean, they're all as ongoing as anything in Marvel is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's your surprise, all of them.
30th anniversary. 30th. Oh, again, I can't imagine. I assume those bottom ones that are not continuations, I don't think those are intended to be past the event. I think they're just, the foreseeable future being 6 months, because that's about as far as I think they look. So, if you're, hey, I mean, Age of Apocalypse is fun, right? But it was like a couple months. It was like 6 months. It wasn't a full year, was it? Like,
no,
maybe it's a full year with the lead up. But the minis were only 4 issues. The actual renumbered
the
books.
Yeah,
they were only 4 issues.
Yeah,
so
it was only like 5 months.
Yeah. So I don't know what
because they had the Alpha, the Prime, and then they had
all the 4 issues, and then the Omega.
All the 4 issues. It was a Astonishing X-Men, Factor X.
Oh God! I mean,
I pulled these all out of my ass.
X-Man, and then they had
an X-Man launch. That was the launch for that title, because that became an ongoing when it moved over.
Well, it relaunched at 1 though, but
yeah.
No, that kept going. X-Man kept going.
What was the Excalibur one?
Excalibur. It was just respelled.
I think X-Caliber.
Yeah, X-Caliber. Yes, Excalibur. Yeah. Oh God, those books are so.
I mean, it was again fine at the time, and it was like never been done before. One time, this is a shot in the arm for the X-Men books, and like wow. But then the rest of the books came right back, and the numbers continued, and yada yada yada. That's not what's happening here. This is going to go on for a while, and the books will come back, and there'll be new number ones. They're not going to come. I know for a fact
they'll come back as new number ones with legacy numbers.
Sure, they keep the legacy number stuff going.
I guess this is the way to get around. Oh, Moira has to reset everything.
We all wanted her to reset everything, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, we got that, and before we go, I might as well.
Does this mean we're going to get Age of House of M in another 5 years?
House of Revelation.
House of Revelation, or Mevelations? I don't know.
Mevelations,
like
House
magic.
Of Mevelations.
I don't know. Just.
Yeah, there are a couple books like Magic. I mean, I guess it must be ending. There's a few other titles that there wasn't like a real direct one-to-one transfer of titles. So I didn't look at those to see if those books are just ending or if they're continuing somewhere else, but I expect they're probably not.
But
you know what we haven't talked about in a few weeks?
Oh, Jesus.
Do we have a couple
don't do this to us, please.
Small updates.
Don't do this.
Couple small updates.
Don't do this. Not like this.
We'll wrap up talking about our good friends. You want to talk about Funko's $41 million loss in the last quarter?
I saw that.
Oh boy.
Only 41 million?
Yep.
Oof. We have a couple Diamond updates that are worth mentioning.
It's so much we need a segment intro for this shit.
Diamond update. This is your Diamond update. Diamond UK is in the process of officially being sold to Diamond UK. The employees of Diamond UK are purchasing Diamond UK. And they will, I assume, just completely cut themselves off from Diamonds. Maybe they'll keep the name. I don't know what they're going to do, but they will be purchased by an employee group that are going to continue to be the distributor for the UK, and take over ownership and running Diamond UK. That's great? That's awesome.
You mean just run Diamond UK?
Yeah, yeah. But actually own it.
It's like all the jobs we were doing, we're just going to keep doing it. We're just going to pay some dipshit to get rid of them. That's all they're doing. Fuck. Wonder how this affects Big Bang.
They'll still get stuff from them. They moved to a new location.
Oh,
so
they did?
Yeah. So they're moving to a new spot.
Oh, nice.
A bigger location. So yeah. I had the list here. I'm going to have to go back and reopen it here. There was the other thing is there is a significant group of publishers now in the process of suing Diamond Comics for their property, right? That are being held by Diamond Comics and being sold as part of their bankruptcy. All the stuff that was left at Diamond from the publishers on consignment. Avatar Press, Dynamite, Fantagraphics, Drawn Quarterly, and other publishers are now officially suing Diamond to get their product back, and money's owed for product sold. So, I assume significantly more product is being held than the cost of suing them. So hopefully they all get their money back and their products back. And we put this Diamond stuff to rest for once. I actually going through as a shop. So we got our list of our on order report from Diamond. And I mean, there's shit from 5 years ago that they never shipped us, stuff that clearly we're never going to get, variant covers that went to back order that never got canceled, toys from years ago, all sorts of stuff. Obviously all the Diamond Comics, Diamond Gallery figures and all that, and never going to happen. So we got a big cancellation list, and then I got, there were still 500 items that it said my account had on order. And I'm like, but these aren't on order. These came out years ago. You never got it. We're not like, do you expect to get these? Like, you're not going to get this variant cover from Image. You're not going to get this toy from McFarlane that sold out 3 years ago. Like, why are these on here? So I started to send them some list. I'm like, hey, I'm just kind of spot checking this stuff. Can you remove this? Can you remove this? And they said, yeah. They said, like, they sent me back some kind of rude email that was like, oh, we can't do that. Just here's your list of on order. Fill out what you want us to cancel in like this field here. So I was basically like, everything? just cancel it all. The only things I kept were, there was a couple graphic novels that were in the most recent catalog that I could not find a source for anywhere else. They weren't at our book publisher. They weren't at any of the other publishers. Yeah. They were kind of this small press quirky thing, and one of my regulars ordered them. So I was like, okay, this just got solicited, so I'll leave this on here. My like 12 copies of Knights of the Dinner Table that hasn't shipped yet. So that's like the last 3 years of Knights of the Dinner Table. And if Diamond doesn't get them, I'll just order them from them direct. It's fine. Like, I'll just once a year, I'll order the couple issues that come out direct. It's fine.
You can just subscribe.
Spell on me. Well, they don't. No, I mean, they don't. They've moved to like a weird like quarterly format or 3-year format. They have a subscription, but it's not really the same. I can just order direct from them as a customer like once a year. It's fine. Get it all in one package. It's not a big deal. And then some magazines that we just can't get anywhere else. And I was like, well, I guess I'll leave them on here. I don't know if these are coming, but cancel everything else. So I sent out hundreds of emails. One of my guys, he had there was probably like 20 Dynamic Forces books on there, like signed books, CGC, that they never filled.
I got one of those emails.
You got? I think I saw your name on the Harley Quinn figures.
Some
pop. Yeah. I was just like, delete, cancel. I was like, oh, I saw your name go by as I was doing it. I was like, whatever. He'll see
I don't
it.
care. I was like, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm like, half of the stuff that I ordered, I was like, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. Like, it wasn't anything drastic. But I was just trying to get Harley Pop.
I mean, again, stuff for me, right? Yeah. Like, oh yeah, some figures I'm never gonna get. I ordered this Gundam figure. I'm like, clearly never gonna get this. That's fine. I'll chalk it down. So, our buddy Seth had ordered a couple figures from the Dynamite or from the Diamond line a couple years ago, and he's like, "Are these ever gonna ship?" And I'm like, "I would not think so." And now officially no.
Yeah. All of those porn comics just die.
Well, I did actually. It's funny you mentioned that. I did keep the one issue of Tarot, the Black Witch that was still on there because, again, I don't know that there's any other distribution for that.
Yeah, right now.
Cave Woman. We had a guy that got all the Cave Woman covers, but I think they're done. I haven't seen Butterroot. That his name. I haven't seen a new issue of that in years.
Yeah.
So, there was a couple of those like oddball, like real indie stuff, but I think these guys are all going to go to just, they're probably all on Kickstarter or self-fulfilling now.
A lot of that stuff is going to have to be Kickstarted, or they'll have to go pair up with other publishers and
Zenoscopes.
Oof.
Not anywhere. So there's this like, it's like Filbo, I think is what it's called. There's this like direct to shop indie wholesaler that has a number of these small press companies, but it's like a full prepay in advance. You're basically buying it like a customer with a discount.
Yeah.
And of all the companies there, Zenoscope's the only one that we would actually have orders for. And so I'm like, well, sorry, Zenoscope. If maybe you'll end up at Lunar or somewhere else, but no, this just not worth it for us.
So have we got a diamond box this week or this week?
No, I've got a diamond box in months, month plus. No, we have like almost nothing on order from them. I don't even look at their FOCs anymore. I don't look at their order list. I don't have anything.
Jesus.
So yeah. Diamond is as done as it could be, short of closing up entirely.
Man. It's 5 years ago. COVID hit, and we were like, how are we going to get comics? Oh my God. And DC's like, peace, Diamond, we're out. And we're like, oh no. And then it's like Marvel left, and we're like, well, this is the end. Took 3 years.
Yeah, I haven't even looked. They have like their like Diamond like digital catalog. Like I haven't even like looked. I haven't like looked and seen what their August catalog
like
is.
I did my orders, my initial orders, and I was like, I'm looking at 4 fucking magazines, and this isn't even like barely any content that I used to look at previews without DC and Marvel in it.
Yeah,
I'm like, oof. Oh, did we get the Image catalog?
No, they stopped it.
They stopped it? Okay.
They did it for like 12 issues and they stopped it.
Okay.
They're not doing it anymore.
Guess I'm just gonna FOC those things.
Yeah, previews is.
I got the last one right here. Need to get back on board for it.
Yeah, and a bunch of Funko Pops somehow. Oh, what's up with that? Yeah, it's a bunch of manga, but I'm surprised. I mean, they must be sub-distributing that. I'm looking at their last catalog here. Yeah, they must be getting Viz. It's a bunch of supplies.
The Iron Guard stuff?
Yeah. Again, Panini and PS Art Book and Rebellion. So the magazine stuff, Knights of the Dinner Table is on here, but they haven't shipped the last like 5 issues. So I don't know what fucks up with that.
Do they have the biggest question on my mind though is, do they have Magic the Gathering Spider-Man?
Well, you know what's funny? I'm looking in here. The biggest company on here, Boundless. And it's all I'd say. Okay, so here we go. This is like as rough here as I can get. Okay. There are 1,300. Actually, I think this is pretty official. There are 1,316 items in the new catalog. Now, there used to be like 3 to 4,000.
3 to 4,000, and on big months you could get 5.
Yeah, I don't know that it ever got quite that high, but it got pretty far. Okay. Of those 1,316, how many are offered again items? So that is items that have been previously solicited, meaning this is stuff that they have in their warehouse. This is stuff sitting in Diamond's warehouse that they are offering again. Of 1,316 316 items, and I believe I pulled the right number here for the
1,100?
offered again list. Okay, you're a little high.
Okay.
You're a little high,
Oh.
but you're not that high.
Not 100%.
Okay.
900?
791.
Oh, fucking half the
So-
items
so
are on.
well over half
Ooh.
of their items are offered again. And probably a quarter of that is Funko Pop figures, which I'm surprised they're offering. Like, so they must have a deal with Funko.
Hey, do they have that Harley one?
I mean, they never shipped the others, so they're offering stuff. I don't know if they're getting them,
Because
but they're.
What's funny is I have the Harley Quinn, like the 4 set that they had a little while ago. It's 450, 451, 452, and 453. And you got me every single one except 451.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I didn't get that one. Okay.
So there's about 6. They're offering about what was it, like 550 items, 600 items, or something
Yeah.
like that. And a quarter of that's Funko Pops. So yeah, wow, unbelievable. What a world!
Oh man,
what a world we live in. Well, there you go. That's a wonderful podcast. Thank you
Is
guys
that
for
where the
being
41
on.
million sitting?
That's where all their Funko. Yeah, it's probably 41 million lost from Diamond, which wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure. No, I'm sure they lost quite a bit. Yeah, Funko. Oof, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Toby talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but I believe like Comic-Con, like their presence was significantly lower.
Well, in what way? Like
just Funkos, just like their booth size, the amount of exclusives, the line, like
yeah, the
from what I
exclusive
understand,
was definitely down because they've been over 100 for the last decade. I think they were under. I think the idea is they're trying to do 50 at every show right now.
Yeah.
But they don't forget they also still own Mondo and Loungefly,
Mm-hmm.
and so they had their own huge booths for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think they do fine.
Yeah, Loungefly. That's the purses.
Yeah,
those do.
Yeah, they do really
very well.
Well, I mean, especially since they got in with Disney now, so they're in the Disney.
Oh yeah,
parks,
yeah.
So it's like
we were at the boardwalk on Wednesday, and my daughter saw a Tangled Loungefly backpack, and I was like, she's like, "That's awesome." I'm like, "You can look it up." She's like, "No, I'm okay." I'm like, "Thank God." But yeah, those things are not cheap.
No, they're expensive. And the Mondo Prince stuff too is also all theirs.
Yeah.
So.
Those have been popular. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for this wonderful podcast. Yeah. Just the 3 of us, but that's good.
Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out. Don't know their names. But they came in on Sunday. 2 gentlemen.
Shout out unknown podcast people.
Yeah, they came out. I forgot to get their names, but they said they've been listening since the pandemic, and they love the show. I apologize profusely, for tainting their ears and all the other stuff that we do to people. But yeah, they were really good sports, and they were like they like to shop and all that. So
nice. I like when listeners come by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it. We will wrap up here. Thank you to Edward at geekyvillain.com, Joe Duff, Kelsey May, Craig Anderson at the Executive Evolution Podcast, Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum Podcast, and DDT Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. And to everyone listening, you've got this episode, so you're good. But if you want to hear older episodes, you can go to comicconspiracypodcast.com, find all our episodes there. If you want to kick us a couple bucks for doing this podcast, that'd be appreciated. You can go to patreon.com/comicconspiracy. Give these guys a little bit of credit for helping record this podcast every week. And of course, the best way is to go to comicsconspiracy.biz, make purchases through the store or on our website for mail order or local pickup.
We also have their eBay storefront. So
we do shipping a lot, and the link to eBay is on our store too. It's in one of the rotating carousels at the very front. Oh, I'm doing my Fantastic Four sale this week. we had a newsletter that was going on for a little while. We've had some problems with the email server we were using. It was part of like what Comica was doing, and then it broke. Like I think I broke it. I don't think we were supposed to be using it the way we were using it. So I've got to kind of reconfigure how we were doing our newsletter. So if you haven't seen one for a little while, that's why. But I did put up the Fantastic Four sale, which I had meant to put up when all this started to break, when the movie came out a couple weeks ago. So better late than never. So if you want to save a couple bucks on some Fantastic Four items we have at the shop, you can go do that right now. At comicsconspiracy.biz. You can go to conspiratorbrock.com. That's Brock's website. He has videos and stuff on there from time to time. Our good friend Charlie does the Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast. Trouble in Whoville.
Who?
I think it's done. I think Doctor Who is done for now.
What?
So there's no Doctor Who planned for the current foreseeable future of TV shows. So you got to get those audiobooks. Yeah, Disney killed it. So I don't think there's another season in the works. At least not right now.
What, is Who too woke now?
Yeah. But it's funny because they like quote unquote relaunched it with like a new number one, if you would, and then it lasted like one season, like 2 half seasons, and then they killed it.
Jeez,
good one, Disney. I expect it'll all go back to BBC and they'll redo it. Our friend Kevin, who's normally on here, didn't even pick up this time. What the hell, Kevin? He has the interview series Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com and a page I love at Comic Art Live on YouTube. And don't forget to visit my wife, Leanne, her website, leannehill.com. You see all her artwork on there. If you're on Blue Sky, I'm on there as Ryan Higgins. Brock is Brock Sager. Toby is Toby XI. I don't think he ever posts or looks at it or remembers his password to log in or knows that Blue Sky is a site that he signed up for once. And Kevin is that Kevin Sharp. You can go follow all of us and listen to Geekbox. Talked about Superman a little bit last week. Although I always tell people if you listen to, because Ryan Scott saw it, so I said, yeah, if you listen to the 3-hour version of the conversation, you can come over here and listen to us talk about it. It was all what the hell did we talk about? It was all crime fighting stuff. We talked about Superman. We talked about Naked Gun. Ryan started playing on some City of Heroes fan server. And there was something else we talked about. There was like some other like crime stopping thing we were talking about. What was it? I don't remember. Go listen to Geekbox and remind me what I talked about last week because I don't remember. That's it.
That's it. That's all you got.
We're good. Yep, we're done.
Whatever.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.